us step aside for the game changer. We're the game changers here in the MLS. Welcome to Around the MLS with Sam here on Africa Sports Network. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and as we bring to you unique MLS stories here on this platform. Right, the week 7 done and dusted, and the dust are yet to settle because of what transpired at the game between the New York Red Bulls and San Jose Earthquake. We are a kind of bad word, bad language that MLS abhor was used in that game. So someone is getting a lengthy ban from MLS, and I wish, pull up the statement from both the Red Bulls and San Jose and the MLS on this issue. All right, let's go into what we got today, because week 7 produced 30 goals, 3 away wins, 8 home wins, and 3 draws across 14 matches in both East and Western Conference. All right, Real Salt Lake scored 3 goals in a span of 6 minutes to trash Charlotte FC 3-1, while Seattle Sounders taught St. Louis MLS lessons at the Lumen Field with a 3-0 defeat. Sierra Leone and MLS legend Kai Kamara scored a brace as Chicago Fire beat Minnesota 2-1, while Houston Dynamo home form kept getting better with a 3-0 win over LA Galaxy. And also, I will take you to Around the MLS, so we will see how some African players contributed to their team success in this week 7, plus all the stories from around the MLS. That's why I said, welcome on board. Put your seatbelt on, because we are about to take a jolly ride around the world of the MLS. My name is Sam. We'll be right back. Ife Barababa go as FC Cincy pipped Philly Union by a long goal. Luciano Acosta's 69-minute penalty made the difference in this matchup. But one thing about this game is that Philly Union are struggling this season. Prior to this game, they were 8th in the Eastern Conference. And looking at the relationship that had existed long ago between Philly Union and the coach of FC Cincy, Pat Noonan, you would think he knows that team pretty well, and he went ahead to defeat and compound the woes of Philadelphia Union with a long goal win. As FC Cincinnati are holding on strong in the Eastern Conference, 17 points from 7 games. Now let's go to Pat Noonan. Let's hear what he got to say about that win over Philly Union.
Yeah, that was a hard-fought win. I think you saw a team in Philly that, because of their schedule, had to make some rotations, and had a lot of guys, getting minutes, maybe that have been getting minutes together. So I thought they defended really, really strong and made it really difficult for us to get into the box. And it was probably going to be a matter of one moment to make a difference in this game, and fortunately we found it. But I was really pleased with our guys' ability to figure out a way to get a goal and see the game out and win against a very good team. To keep some good momentum going for our group.
All right, that's Pat Noonan, the coach of FC Cincinnati, in his post-match. Let's listen to coach of Philly Union. I'm talking about Jim Curtin, as he talked about the struggling of his team this season.
First off, congratulations to Cincinnati. With the Wednesday game that we just played, and obviously having to travel to Mexico this coming Wednesday, we made some adjustments and changes. Tried a new formation. I thought, I give big credit to the players that started the game. I thought they did a great job executing the game plan, keeping a 0, getting us to that 60-minute mark. On a different night, I think it should be a 0-0 game. We prepared this week with Damian Lowe as that third center back. We lost him on Friday to a minor hamstring tweak. So again, we asked some guys to play out of position, but I thought they stepped up and did a good job, making the game hard for Cincinnati. Unfortunate on the goal. We had situation where we're in position to make a play and lost our footing a bit and got punished for it. So breaks aren't going our way right now, but I'm a big believer that you make your own luck, and I think the group will continue to work hard, and things will start to go our way. Obviously can't feel sorry for ourselves, have to turn around quickly and get ready to travel to Mexico and face Atlas in the Champions League.
All right, there, that's coach of Philly Union, Jim Curtin, talking about his team defeat and their struggles this season. All right, let's come back home to Houston. In fact, 3 Texas teams took part in this week 7. 2 won their games and 1 lost. Austin were beaten 3-0 away at LAFC, while FC Dallas got a 1-0 away win at Inter Miami. Houston Dynamo, like I said earlier, their home form kept getting better with a 3-0 thrashing of LA Galaxy. Moroccan player Amin Abbasi got a brace in that game, and he made history as the first MLS player to score 4 penalties back to back in the MLS, and before he got his second goal on the run of play. Remember, Hector Herrera put the team in the lead with that set pieces as Coach Ben Olsen's team maintained their solid home record. 3 wins now at home. They are yet to concede at all here at the Shell Energy Stadium. What does that say about the Houston Dynamo team? Does it mean that you have to win only at home and, throw a Hail Mary and see what you can get on the road? Because this week they are going to New York Red Bulls, in week 8. But prior to this away trip in New York, Dynamo are yet to pick a point on the road. Alright, Ben Olsen started a 4-3-3 formation. Steve Clark has been his preferred number 1 in between the sticks, and he has a back 4 of Daniel Torres, Ethan Batlo, Zimbabwean heavy man Tenet Hadebe, and Franco Escobar, MLS and veteran Evan Franco, Arthur, and Hector. We are the 3-man midfield with Karaskeya, Kodebed, and Amin Abbasi spearheading that in front 3. But my question is this: why is Sebastian Ferrari still playing from the bench? I will try to dig an answer to that, because a lot of Dynamo fans are still talking. But the team is still winning, and no one cares about that. The team is winning, so no one cares if Seb, a DP who they pay huge money, is starting from the bench. So when we look at Dynamo home form this season, the fans are happy. It has been very, very impressive, but they head back on the road. So the fact that they are making their home games a fortress shouldn't take our eyes away from the fact that you still need to pick points on the road.
Give me your goodie, man. I want your goodie, my baby.
Imakonye, that means, do you know who we are? Seattle Sounders. That was exactly what they asked St. Louis when they arrived at the Lumen Field. Do you know who we are? We are the champions of the CONCACAF Champions League, and also we're a top team in the Western Conference, as Seattle ran riot of St. Louis with a 3-0 home win at Lumen Field. Yes, LAFC Piawara Austin Football Club with a 3-0 home win there at the BMO. Bonuga got a hat-trick. I mean, this guy came from French League, and I believe when he came to the LAFC, a lot of MLS fans were asking, who is this Dennis Boanega? And he has shown that he is one of the contenders for the Landon Donovan MVP award.
I want to know what's up.
My question is this: what is going on at Austin FC? I mean, last season, which was their second year in the MLS, they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals. So are we going to say that Austin overachieved last season, or are we going to say that they are victim of their own success? Because now they are 9th in the Western Conference, just 7 points. Just 7 points, yeah, 7 points from 6 games. And Sebastian Drusi is not playing like the guy that we saw last season that was runner-up in the MVP to Hani Mokhtar. Alright, right, let's go to the game between New England Revolution and CF de Montreal at the Gillette Stadium. Yes, it was a 4-0 whitewashing of CF de Montreal in that game against New England Revolution. I mean, CF de Montreal in 2 games, they've shipped in more than 9 goals. When you look at it, they were trashed 5-0 in week 6, and now they conceded 4 against New England in week 7. But Latif Blessing, the Ghanaian playmaker, they call him the game changer, was on for 90 minutes for New England, while for CF de Montreal, Chinedu, Chinomsofo, and Victor Wayama were all on for CF de Montreal, but they couldn't save them as they were beating 1, 2, 3, 4 at the Gillette Stadium. Here come the African giant as Sierra Leonean legend and MLS superstar Kai Kamara got a brace for Chicago Fire in their 2-1 home win over Minnesota Football Club. Look at Kai Kamara's opening goal. In the 24th minute, here comes Kai Kamara. That pass came and rebounded. Kai Kamara still inside the area. He was able to head that ball and they returned the pass to him. This Kai Kamara now. Put that ball left foot, deflected, inside the net. Kai Kamara with the first goal for Chicago Fire. Now goal number 2 for Kai Kamara in the 36th minute, and here comes number 2 of Chicago Fire with the ball. Now coming Kai Kamara with the header, and that's it. That's goal number 2 for Kai Kamara tonight against Minnesota, and he is still number 3 in MLS all-time leading scorer. Kai Kamara, African giant. What is happening at Sporting Kansas? I mean, they cannot score. They are struggling big time this season. Look at the game against Colorado Rapids at home. They lost by a long goal. I can't remember the last time Sporting Kansas won a game this season. If you look at where they are in the Western Conference, they are rock bottom. Just 3 points from 7 games, and that is unacceptable. Even Sporting Kansas, before the season commenced, they gave Peter Vermes contract extension, and now look at the way the team is struggling. They cannot score goals. I don't know what is happening at Sporting KC. Even Portland Timbers are also struggling this season as they lost that game at Vancouver Wildcats by a long goal. For Real Salt Lake, they snapped their 4-match losing streak as they beat Charlotte FC 3-1. They scored 3 goals in a span of 6 minutes. Alright, let's go to the table. Let's see how the dynamics of both East and Western Conference has changed after week 7. Seattle are number 1 in the Western Conference, 16 points from 7 games, average of 2.29 points per game, while St. Louis are second, 15 points from 7 games. The LAFC are third in the West, 14 points from 6 games. I think St. Louis, they tried. You know, the way they came into the league, the way they started, they won 5 games. But I think they were able to hit a roadblock when they faced Minnesota, a veteran MLS team. And they traveled to Seattle, a veteran MLS team in the Western Conference. Dynamo are 7th in the West, 9 points from 6 games after they trashed LA Galaxy 3-0 at home. Vancouver and Austin are 8th and 9th respectively in the Western Conference. Austin FC, they better, get their season together, looking at how they were trashed at LAFC. Now in the Eastern Conference, FC Cincinnati are still number 1 in that conference, 17 points from 7 games, while New England Revolution are second, 16 points from 7 games. Atlanta, Columbus Crew, Nashville occupy 5 and 6 respectively, while Orlando and Toronto are 8th and 9th. But Philly Union, who are defending Eastern Conference champions, drop out in that top 9. They are 10th now, 7 points from 7 games. Alright, so this is still Around the MLS with Sam here on Africa Sports Network. Let's go to the goal of the week. Week 7, spectacular goals were scored. I'm telling you, when you look at highlight of all the goals recorded in Week 7, you will understand this Week 7 properly. All right, on this Week 7, a lot of children were searching for Easter egg while MLS players were on the pitch scoring screamers and golazos in this Week 7. So let's look at the top 5 goals in Week 7. Dillian Borrero got New England Revolution off to a great start en route to a 4-0 win over struggling CF de Montreal with an audacious effort from a long range, capping a perfectly executed corner kick in the 21st minute. Denis Boanega is making a serious bid to be Landon Donovan MLS MVP contender, scoring a hat-trick in a 3-0 win over Austin by LAFC. The LAFC winger scored a phenomenal full volley in that game. What that volley! Beautiful taking. With the venom and anger, he smashed that volley inside the net. Real Salt Lake snapped a 4-match losing streak by scoring 3 goals in a 6-minute span to rally from an early deficit to beat Charlotte FC 3-1. Pablo Ruiz got the party started with a left-footed blast that went crossbar down to the level to score in the 56th minute, while a huge second-half performance helped Seattle Sounders beat St. Louis 3-0 to go top of the Western Conference. Also, look at Kai Kamara's goal. The second goal, the header, in contention for the goal of the week. So now cast your vote. Go to twitter.com/Africa Sports Network. Alright, this is still around the MLS with Sam. Let's look at team of match week 7. I mean, after every week, we always have the best performance. So now, looking at the front 3, we have Amin Abassi. He got 2 goals for Houston against LA Galaxy. We have Kai Kamara. He got 2 goals for Chicago Fire. We have Denis Boanega. He got 3 goals. So within these 3 players, we have 7 goals among these front 3. Now, come to the midfield, we have Jefferson Savarino of Real Salt Lake. We have Josh Atencio. He was on the score sheet for Seattle in their 3-0 win over St. Louis. Then we have Carlos Gil, the assist master. Then we have Julian Gressel of Vancouver Whitecaps. When you come to the defense, we have Franco Escobar, Matt Mazega, and Mohamed Fassi of Columbus Crew. Now we have Adem Ivacic of Portland Timbers. Despite that Portland lost, but their goalkeeper made incredible saves, and that made him to be part of this MLS team of the week. And guess who their coach is? Steve Cherundolo, the coach of LAFC. But on the bench, you have Derek Candler, we have Rodriguez of San Jose, Sergio Palencia of LAFC, Mark Anthony Kent of Toronto, Pablo Ruiz of Real Salt Lake, Lucas Larayan of Columbus Crew, Thiago Almeida, and Ferrari Jesus and Diego Rubio. These are the bench for the team of the week. Alright, in that game between the New York Red Bulls and San Jose Earthquakes, something happened that caught MLS attention, and they issued a statement that says Major League Soccer is aware of an incident wherein a New York Red Bull player is alleged to have used language that violate league policy during the 54th minute of the New York Red Bull San Jose Earthquake clash. MLS has zero tolerance for abusive and offensive language, and we take this allegation seriously. An investigation into this matter will begin promptly. Further information will be provided upon completion of this investigation. So now, Red Bulls now released official statement. They said, that's the coach of Red Bull. Red Bull released a statement on behalf of the coach. During our match on Saturday, I made a decision that I thought was best given the information I had at the moment. While there was a lot of uncertainty at the time, with the information that I now know, the right decision would have been to immediately remove Dante Van Ezen from the game. So that is a culprit. So MLS are investigating, and then this is also an official statement from the guy, Dante Van Ezen. I want to sincerely apologize to the players of the Earthquake. I will do everything I can to be part of the change that needs to happen in this sport and our world. I also want to apologize to my teammates, coaches, the organization, and our fans. I made the decision and will take all the necessary steps to grow. But I made a mistake and will take all the steps to grow. Accept all full responsibility of my actions. While I did not intend to cause any harm or offense with my language, I know that I did, and for that I am deeply sorry. I will agree to suspension, fine, and counseling that is handed down by the MLS and the club. I would also use this opportunity to better myself, reflect, and dedicate my time and effort to work with organizations that tackle racial injustice. Okay, so he accepts his mistake and he says he's willing to work on it. Dante Van Ezen of New York Red Bulls, I think he might be on the sideline for a long time when the MLS will hand out their decisions. My question to Minnesota is this: where is Emmanuel Reynoso? Where is Emmanuel Reynoso? Bese! Where is Emmanuel Reynoso? Emmanuel Reynoso has been no-show in the last 7 games of the MLS. He is still in Argentina, Cordoba, and the Minnesota have been making a lot of contact to reach him, but all effort has been abortive. And Minnesota and MLS might take this issue to FIFA because he is still active on his contract and he's still a DP with Minnesota, even though his salary has been suspended because of the no-call, no-show scenario. But Emmanuel Reynoso is still under contract with Minnesota United. Alright, on this note, we come to the end of this edition of Around the MLS with Sam here on Africa Sports Network. Join me again on Friday and Saturday as we bring to you Week 8 preview for all the matchups in both East and Western Conference. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.